Hello my friends, how are you? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Dana. I have been missing in action, MIA, for about 6 months while everything in my life went crazy, topsy-turvy, upside down, insane. I also have an upper respiratory infection, so yay. I got COVID right after Thanksgiving, was on isolation, which this plays into why I'm kind of in debt right now. But got COVID right after Thanksgiving. Ended up being on isolation, and I couldn't work for a week. Then right after that, my doctor calls me and tells me that I tested positive for strep throat. So I was off for a couple of days after that. And then December came, and then the next thing I know is I have an upper respiratory infection. I can't breathe, like just grossness. So I sound a little bit different, but it's okay. I keep telling myself I have like that Phoebe Buffet voice. Remember when she got really sick and and Friends, and she's like, I sound so sexy. I'm delusional, I guess, with this upper respiratory infection, but it's okay. All right. Hold on. All right, so I am not used to like talking for long periods of time, unfortunately. I am trying to work through this, which is just destroying my throat. And when I mean work through it, I mean I still go to work every day. But today I happen to have the day off because they had to rearrange my schedule without telling me for some reason, and I'm closing tomorrow and off today. So I have time right now. So we are going to go into this journey together. You know me, I am a talker. If you don't know me, I'm so sorry. I'm a talker. And I like to explain things. So basically, I am a low income budgeter. I have a special needs child who gets SSI. He is an adult, basically. He's 19 years old. Yes. I have a 17-year-old who is in school. I also am going to school full-time for nursing, which I'm doing my prereqs right now. I take my HESI soon. I did not do good on the math part, which I knew was going to happen, so I have to retake it. And then hopefully by fall, so September, I will be in the nursing program, which is 2 years. And again, you have to basically choose either you work or you go to school, because you're literally working for free, doing like an internship or your practicals while you're in school. So it's challenging. I am a pharmacy tech. I have been doing it for about 5 years now, and work for the same company. My company sucks. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. They continue to cut hours and then, get mad at you if you don't have open availability. But unfortunately, I feel like I can't leave because I go to school full time, and every job that I've interviewed for wants me full time, and I cannot do it. I need to be part time. I need somebody who is going to stay with my schedule, because I am a nursing student, and that is my passion. Like, I really want to be a nurse, and I took care of my kids. I did everything that I had to. I'm still pretty young. I'm in my 30s, and so I'm like, you know what, I need to do it for myself. I need to go to school. I need to set up my future and help my kids, because my daughter, she's in 11th grade next year. She's going to be in high school. Nope, she's going to be a senior in high school, and then she's going to be going to college. So it's crazy. Just give me 1 minute. I'm going to keep pausing this because I'm going to start losing my voice, and then I get congested. I have to let it out, and then, gross stuff. You don't want to hear that. Okay, so today is July 4th. I've been setting this up for a while, but I never got to fill it out because I wanted to fill it out with you guys. Basically, I stopped budgeting, not really on purpose, but I just got extremely busy. I was going to school full time. I was working full time. Then I got into this relationship, and then I was traveling to see my family all the time, and it was just all over the place. And even though I was privately doing a budget, I wasn't recording it, and everything was all over the place. I ended up getting into debt because of just everything that was going on. So yes, debt confession, all in this. But also, like I said, I was really sick, so I was out pretty much. I didn't get paid for all of December. So all of my sinking funds that I had saved, I actually was doing really good, and I was proud of myself because I had my rent was a month ahead, my utilities were a month ahead, and then I had a 500, was it 500? Yeah, $500 sinking fund for my emergency fund, which I know my goal was 1,000, but you know, when you're low income, you know, it's kind of hard to get there. It takes time. But yeah, so all of December, that's how I did everything and put everything else on credit cards. It was bad. I also bought a car cash. His name is Alan. He's a Jeep. I actually filmed a video about it, and then I never uploaded it because I'm me. But I name all my cars. My car is called Alan because it's a Jeep and it reminds me of Jurassic Park. So it's not the exact Jeep, it just has features and it's green. So yes. So this right here though, we're gonna move forward. It's like we could talk about Alan all day. Awesome car. Paid cash. It was $6,500. The only thing is that I cut a deal with my mechanic. My mechanic, I told you guys, I love him so much. He helped me so much. He's an amazing man. I hope God blesses him and his whole family. But he was like, look, you know, just pay me, you know, the $550 right now, and then use the rest of the money to go ahead and register the car and all this other stuff. And I ended up doing that. I ended up paying. I only owed $1,500 left, and now I only owe $500. So I'm doing pretty good. I still owe money, which I'm not happy about. We'll get to that later. But let's see. So I'm setting up on my other channel. I have this up there, but I was setting up my bullet journal. This is bullet binder because I'm going to be sticking stuff in here, because the more that I go, the more I realize I want to do stuff and I don't really have the paper for it, so I'm figuring it out. But as of right now, I haven't really put this in here, but my whole goal is to keep everything simple. And so I chose the word of the year, which again, it's a bullet journal, so it's kind of like the other bullet journals that you see, but it's all toward my finances. So it's all about my budget. So right here, it just says simplicity, and I'm going to put a definition there. But basically, I want everything to be as simple as possible. And yes, that is what I need. Because with me, I have ADHD. My mind is all over the place. And so I'm like, I need an envelope for this, and I need an envelope for that. I need an envelope for this. And then I end up with 65 envelopes, and they'll have $1 in them. And so what I need is just simple, just starting out, you know, making progress, seeing progress. And I feel like if you guys are starting out as well, you know, starting over as well, you definitely going to want to do it as simple as possible, because it can get overwhelming. And, you know, yes, you do want to add things to, you know, you, instead of just saying utilities, you want to break your utilities up, or you want to, you know, just, my cat is screaming. You want to do things, you know, differently. But it's always good to start with the basics and to start with very, very simple setups. And that is what I got. Inspiration, it just says, where you are a year from now is a reflection of the choices we choose to make right now. And I found that on Pinterest. Absolutely love it. And I feel like this is what we got to focus on. This right here is a 6-month budget goal. And that is what we're focusing on. Are you ready for it, my friends? It's a lot. I know. I understand. I apologize. But we are doing a debt confession. Okay? So, with our debt confession, I'm going to move you because I write really weird. So, this is a brand new credit card. Alright? I'm just going to go ahead and just put the basics in here for the debt confession. So, for this one right here, it is due on the 20th of every month. Just gonna put due 20th monthly, and it says that I owe a total of, let's see, $2,821.67. Why do I owe that much? Because I did a lot of living in the last 6 months, and apparently spending money was involved in that living. Yeah. Another one, Best Buy. So, you know how I was saving up for that computer? Well, I actually bought that computer with cash, but my son did not make his goal. So I ended up taking out a credit card so that way he could pay for his $1,300 computer. And yeah. And we got the virus protection. We got everything that went with it. And we've been paying it off, which is good. But the thing is, oh, this is due. This is the 20th of every month. Due 20th monthly. So I have no interest, which is really good, but he is actually paying this off. So it's kind of helping my credit because I also bought my daughter a laptop. I know. I bought it. She needed it for school. Everything is done online. I bought her, it was like $300. It was a, Chromebook for school. So there we go. So right here, this Best Buy credit card, we owe $1,218.90. So $1,218.90. And like I said, my son is paying this. He gives me money every single month to pay this off. And I've done, like I said, I've paid my daughter's, and then hers came with Word as well. And so I ended up just, it accumulated. The cost was like $1,600. We've got it down. We're doing more than the monthly payments, which is usually about $40, $35, $40. But as of right now, we got that down. This TD Bank one, this one is still the same one. And apparently I do really bad. So I'm going to say 17th monthly is when this is due. So this is one of those credit cards where you give them $300 and then after a year they're supposed to give you your money back, and then you apply for an actual credit card. I haven't applied for the actual credit card and I still owe money. So for this one right here, I owe $262.94, which is a lot. I know, I'm working on it. Believe me, I'm not proud of my actions either. But you gotta confess, and you gotta start somewhere. You gotta make changes. And if you keep pretending like it's not there, it's just gonna keep accumulating. And I have not missed one single payment on any of my credit cards. But I've opened up 3 since the last time I saw you guys. So, yeah, that's happening. All right, Target is a new one. So the Target one is due, I'm going to say the beginning of the month. I'm just going to put the 15th because I don't actually know. Because when I called them today, they told me that I was all caught up and that I didn't actually owe anything. Well, I didn't owe this month's payment, but like I said, I make payments every single month and I try to pay down what I can. So this one right here, my Target, I owe $1,062.47. And this is where I was going crazy with Christmas. So, yeah, not proud of that. Hot Topic. Hot Topic is actually kind of good. So, Hot Topic is due on the 4th. I actually paid this today. Monthly. This one right here, I owe $138.58. Okay. JCPenney. This one right here is so confusing because I started out with a $300 what was it, a $300 balance, and then all of a sudden, 23rd, so this one's due, sorry, it's due the 23rd of the month. I had a $300 balance, and then every single month they keep lowering my balance, and so now I have or credit limit I should say. So it started out as $300 credit limit. Now I only have $100 credit limit, and I'm like, I don't understand why. And when I asked them, they said that it's because of my my credit score, which we will talk about in a couple minutes. So for JCPenney, I literally only owe $21.53. Sorry, I have a kid that's throwing a temper tantrum. You might hear it in the background. So now it's like on the fucking toilet. I want to fucking bash his head in fucking paper. Alright, sorry guys. Alright, so this JCPenney one, I now have a $100 credit limit. They're saying that it's going off my credit score, which my credit score fell because I believed in the government. I don't know. I'm stupid. So, my credit score fell because of my student loans, not because of all of this stuff, but I'll talk about that in a moment. This one right here, I cannot figure out. So I had a couple states send me bills, and I cannot find those bills, and I've tried to do everything to try to figure out how to pay these bills, and I cannot figure it out. Alright, so I have tried to do everything to figure it out. And I know that I owe Connecticut money because they do plate or toll by plate or whatever it is, right? And New Jersey, I don't think I owe them anything, but I might. But I know that I owe Massachusetts because I was going to Silver Scream Con, and it's always like, oh, it's pay by toll, blah, 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 or pay by plate, and then I don't know what happens. Like, nothing ever happens. So I gotta figure this out, and I don't know how to figure it out because when I type it in Google, they tell me to go to this website, and the website is like, put in your ticket number to pay this, and I'm like, I don't have one. But then I heard that if you don't pay them, that they will like put a hold on your license. So I don't know what to do at this point. Something I'm looking into. Okay, let's continue. Burlington. Burlington is the same one that we had before. And Burlington is due on the 21st. Monthly. And I owe them, I don't owe them that much, but still owe them money. And that's what matters. So I owe them $310.12. This one was not my friend. Temu, let me tell you, I hate that place because I'm pretty sure I spent in the last 3 months, because I did like most of my Christmas shopping on Temu and all this other stuff. I'm pretty sure I spent like $1,200, and I used it all with Klarna because I was told that Temu will steal your information and that they will like sell all of your stuff, so it's better to go through a third party. So my dumbass goes through Klarna, and then I'm like, oh, I could just like make payments every 2 weeks. All right, let's do that instead. Yeah, no. So this one is actually going to be due on January, I think it's like January 16th. And I only have one more payment to make, which is $29.06. And I'm very, very sure that I never want to use this service again. It is a really good service. My friend was using it because she couldn't afford groceries. And so that's how she's paying for groceries, which, I mean, that sucks, but that's the economy that we kind of live in right now. But yeah, I'm like, it can be good, it can be bad, but it's very tempting. And if you're not good with money or you're not paying attention, yeah. It's not the best. All right, my newest one, I have no idea what the due date is, but I know that I owe them $139. When I call them, they tell me that I don't owe anything as of right now. And when I I still haven't even got the card in the mail. I opened this up in December because they were doing like this promotion, and it was like, oh, you get 25% off, plus you get an extra 20 if you open the credit card and you're already pre-approved, blah blah blah. And I fell for it, and now I owe Sephora $139, which is easy to pay off. I'm not mad about that. I'm mad that I have a credit card that is about like makeup, and I don't really wear makeup, and that ties into Klarna, because I ended up, I gained weight, then I lost weight, and my weight was everywhere, and then I only had like uniforms, I didn't really have clothes, and so I actually bought a new wardrobe with Klarna, and a lot of my new wardrobe came with makeup, and I don't really wear makeup. So this year, I'm going to learn how to do makeup. Before I turn 40, I'm going to learn how to do makeup. Am I middle-aged? I don't even know if I'm middle-aged, but I'm in my 30s, and I don't know how to do stuff. So I'm trying to learn all this stuff, okay? Figuring it out. All right. The other thing is I'm going to put for my car. This one is due like any time, but I owe $500. So I've already told you about this one. So I do still have a debt to pay, and I will pay this definitely. All right, my student loans. So do you remember when they turned around and told everybody that it's free student loans for like ever if someone gets elected and blah blah blah? And I was like, okay. And then the next thing I know is that they put a hold on everybody's student loans, and mine was on hold. I didn't have to pay for them. Well, yes, my friends, apparently I didn't get the notice that the student loans were off, like being deferred. So when I found this out, it was like 3 months later, and I found it out because of JCPenney, who told me that my credit score had fallen, so they decided to decrease my spending limit. And I was like, okay, because I don't really stop at JCPenney anyway. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'm always in that store. It's okay, my kid needs jeans for school. Let me just go ahead and run there real quick, So I ended up having my credit score, which was 640. Is it 640? It's either 640 or 650. I can't remember. It was really high. It was the highest it's ever been in my whole entire life. And like I said, I never missed a payment, never did anything. My student loans kicked in. My student loans caused my credit report, or my what is it called? My credit score to plummet to 540. Like 540. So I had to like call real quick, get them put back in deferment, because I am low income. It goes based off your income. Like, you can make payments as much as you want to make payments, but you're not obligated to pay anything, and they stop the interest, which my interest is insane. So my student loans are very ugly, my friends. Very, very, very ugly. So my student loan debt, it's the Department of Education / NELNET. I don't know what that means at all. But I have 6 of these. So let me write this down 6 times. T. And, yeah, I'm not really sure 100% how to pay them, because before they were owned by someone else. And all I had to do was like just make simple payments, like one time payment, and then it would go down. And so I was actually doing good at that, and then they put it in deferment because I'm poor as shit. and I make no money. And then they were like, okay, we understand. And then my dumbass was like, well, they said that they're going to erase all the debt. And then I knew somebody who literally had their debt all erased. But it was for a different reason, which I'm still so proud of her. Like, oh, she's amazing. And I'm so happy that happened for her. But the thing is that I was under the impression that if you're poor, because also I may be a little bit dumb, don't judge me. And if you're in the same situation, you are not dumb. They made it seem like this is what was going to happen. Okay. And so they were like, if you make a certain amount and like you qualify and we're erasing everybody's debt and like all the student loans, blah, blah, blah. So yes, I do believe that if you take out the debt, that you should definitely pay for them. My issue with my debt is I had to take out the student loans because even though I qualified for financial aid, I was an out-of-state student because I kept moving because I had a special needs child who had to be in special programs, which unfortunately were in different states. So every time I went to school, I was an out-of-school or out-of-state student, which cost me more money, which my student loans or my schooling should have been free. And I was going for psychology, which I just found out that I'm literally like, I think I'm 1 credit now? Three credits away from having an associate of arts degree in psychology, which means absolutely nothing, which I didn't know this back when I was like 20, going to college. Yeah. So, yeah. Don't you love that when they promise you, like, oh my god, do you know that if you get this degree, you could do anything? Well, I wanted to be a mental health therapist. And so I went to school for psychology. And then I found out that you would have to have a master's degree. And in order to get a master's degree, that's like 12 years. And I don't know. So I'm over exaggerating. Like, if so, don't come at me in the comments and be like, well, I got my master's degree in 3 years. Well, I also have 2 kids. I'm a single mom, and I have to work full time, and I don't have time for myself. So what you could do in 3 years, like, congratulations. But unfortunately, we're all on different roads. I could not do it. I could not do it at all. My road was winding. It was all over the place. It was taking me into Florida. It was taking me into Colorado, New Mexico. I lived so many different places. And so my road was crazy. And now I have to pay for it, which I always knew I would have to pay for it. I'm not one of those people who do not believe that you don't have to pay for your debt. But I am one of those people who unfortunately believed when they said that they were going to erase it. Okay? Because I was wishful thinking. But reality always sets in. So, debt number 1, $5,503. Debt number 2, $4,080. Debt number 3, $3,216. Debt number 2, $2,075. Debt number 3, 1702. So $1,702. I don't know why I just said debt number 3 like 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Debt number 5. I am sick, okay? Don't judge me. We're learning together. Debt number 6, 504 is how much I owe. The total, how much I owe in student loans is $17,080. It's a lot, guys. It is a lot. Now, I did the math before, okay? So, I'm just going to move this up a little bit so I can write. Alright, so my credit card debt / other debt is $6,004.27. Okay, my student loans is $17,000. 17,080. Okay, there we go. So my total debt, I'm going to put it up here. Ugh, it's a lot, guys. So I'm talking about is $23,584.20. The good thing is that I have not been billed for medical, so I don't think I have any medical bills, and they're not on my credit report, so I don't know, and I can't, you know what I mean, like, if you're not going to send me something, then I don't know it exists, alright, and then this tolls thing, I definitely have to figure this out, but I mean, tolls are usually like $2 here, $2 there, $20 solves all that issue, so I'm not even counting this in there, even though this is my debt. So you want to look at somebody who's struggling with life and high in debt and has nothing really to show for it? You're welcome, my friends. Learn from my mistakes, guys. We are all on a learning path. Maybe you can learn from me. Maybe I can learn from you. We'll figure it out together. If not, we're going to keep making mistakes until we eventually learn, right? So with my debt, my goal, put it down here. My goal is to pay off credit cards. Pay off credit card debt. And I'm going to say 10% my student loans. And I know that's a lot. But I didn't say I had to do it tomorrow. Okay? It's baby steps. If you know anything, it's one step at a time. Right? You stumble, you fall, you get up, you keep going. You don't budget for 6 months, you end up in debt. Huh? There you go. Alright, guys, so I know that I said that I was just going to go ahead and move forward, but this video is way too long, so we are going to put this into a part 2. So today we did our debt confession, and we are going to do our sinking funds in the second one, okay? I just seen how long that video was, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta cut this in half. So sorry, guys, I'm still sick. Go ahead and subscribe, like this video, and definitely share and comment down below. You know, what are your debt confessions? Do you have student loans? Did you make that dumb mistake that I made? Alright, guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye.